When I was a child, my family would travel down to western Kentucky, where my parents
just did my first little climbing section series of switchback up this top ridge. Not too bad, you know. As long as I keep my heart rate out of the red zone, I'm okay. I can take it up to about 82% or so, relax, drop it down, and go back up again. I know if I get it up in the red zone, though, it's going to take a lot more to recover, and I'm not going to be able to push as much. So trying to keep it down below that red zone, I should do fine.
Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. Well, sometimes we travel right down the Green River to the abandoned old prison down by Adrie Hill, where the air smelled like snakes and we'd shoot with our pistols, but empty pop bottles.
Not too bad of you. I'm pretty sure we're heading up that. Yay.
Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away.
Alright, there's looking down when I've just been coming up. I did not have to go up that waterfall, luckily, area. It's skirted to the side. Trail hasn't been too bad. Views are outrageous.
Then the coal company came with the world's largest shovel, and they tortured the timber and stripped all the land. Well, they dug for their coal.
Well, I somehow managed to get lost for a little bit. Not really lost. I saw the trail below me, but I couldn't figure out where it went. It was right after I crossed the little lake down there, the outlet of the lake. Turned left, followed the trail, and it disappeared. Somehow I managed to do it. I knew I wasn't too bad. I could always go back, but it did put a little nervousness in me. But I'm back on the trail now. See it back there. So all is good. Got clouds building though already, so I want to get up and over this pass before anything nasty comes in. Somewhere right around here is Donahue Pass. Almost there. Still getting some clouds building up. Just saw a bunch of marmots running along the trail in front of me.
And Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River, where paradise lay.
Alright, I made it up to Donahue Pass about 9:20 or so, so a little over 3 hours of climbing up here. I gotta say, it really wasn't that bad. I just took my time. Not too bad. Ran into this gentleman who got on a PCT at Reds and heading out. The cool thing about this is entering the Ansel Adams Wilderness in Inyo National Forest. Way cool. So if it wants to rain, it can rain now. I'm up the pass, so I'm gonna get going. Got a few more miles to make, so alright. Up the pass. Now down the pass. He said it's like 3 miles to the Muir Trail's turnoff, which is what I thought I was aiming for, but that's not where I'm going to end tonight if it's only a 6 mile day. So we'll see. 10 miles past that, maybe I will make it Thousand Island Lakes. Could be cool. Doubt if this is going to show up in the video, but right there, that's Mammoth Mountain. I can see the ski runs on there. A couple days, be in Reds. So I just saw the baby here. I heard this noise. I looked over and holy cow, there's my one. Now, can I walk right past your baby? There's a shot looking up at Donahue Pass. Passed a couple parties today, heading up that way. Everybody trying to get over it before it gets too weather comes in. once again the clouds are building, but I'm hoping they're going to where I was, not to where I'm going. That's how it looked the last couple days. It was rainy over there and clear here, so hopefully it'll stay clear. It's cooling off a little, feels pretty nice. Enjoying it. Trail's good, it's easy. People are suggesting Thousand Island Lakes, maybe Garnet Lake, so that's where I'm heading for. Got some cool looking peaks up here. Snow, to me, actually looks more like glaciers than actual snowfields. I'm not sure if it is or not. It just has a feeling of snow rather than glacier. Snow. Okay, it's about 12:30, and once again we're getting some big dark clouds building up behind me. I just heard some thunder. I hope it's not moving this way. The way I'm heading looks okay through the trees. If it moves this way, it might put a damper on me getting over Island Pass, at least for a couple hours. We'll see what happens. Alright, I'm starting the ascent up to Island Pass. Still look deep and dark and scary behind me over here. But I think the clouds are also moving that way, not towards me, so gonna go with this. I think it's only like 500 feet elevation gain, but I'm a little winded after lunch, so one step at a time, we'll get there. I think I made it up Island Pass. It gave me a little brief excitement earlier because I thought I said top, and then I looked down the trail and I went down and up. And when I did that second little up, it kind of came to a plateau, which I've been walking around for about 5-10 minutes, and it looks like I'm about ready to get going downhill here. So Island Pass, another one kind of like Cathedral. A little more obvious than Cathedral, but nothing dramatic like Donahue. So head down, trying to get to Thousand Island Lakes tonight. There's my first view of Thousand Island Lakes, a big landmark on the trail. Gotta find your landmark and go to it, right? One of the first big ones, another big one there. So I'm gonna work towards that, and hopefully push on from there. Alright, just above Thousand Island Lakes. Wind's picking up just a little bit, not too bad here. Banner Peak, right behind it. Get down to the lake there and take another break for the day. 60-degree view here. Ominous looking cloud. Whew. Finally to Thousand Island Lakes. Now it's almost lake level. And it is gray pretty much in every direction, and the thunder's starting to roll, so I'm gonna get wet. Just push on the rest here a little bit though. Rain is starting to come, so I'm going to cut my hike or break short and head to Ruby and then Garnet Lake. I don't think it's more than like 2.5 miles or something, maybe 3. I don't think it's even that far, but hopefully by the time I'll get there, maybe the rain will stop and get tent set up and go from there. This is probably the most crowded area on the trail. I've seen lots of people, probably 20-30 people here, a lot of them right now, so I'm gonna head on. I hope Garnet's not busy. Somebody told me earlier he thought he heard a lot of people heading to that, but it'll set me up good for Reds tomorrow. So that's where I'm not sure that break did me any good. I did have some M&Ms with peanuts, of course, but I'm beat coming out of here. It's gonna be a real push to get to Garnet today, but I should be able to do it. I have to take another little break at Ruby, maybe. And it's, oh, got a good lightning bolt there. Lucky that was far away. 3-4 miles. I'm pretty sure that is not Ruby Lake, but it could be. Looks too big. I think it's part of Thousand Island Lakes. I don't know. We'll see. This should be Ruby Lake. Rain's letting up a little bit. Thunder still rolling, and you just probably saw a lightning flash. Woohoo! No landmarks that I see. And we're gonna climb a little bit here. Nothing like climbing up higher when there's lightning going on. Alright, I just made it to the top of that little climb. And of course, as you can see, it's a little more exposed here, but I'm still below tree line and ridge line. And it looks like it's going to start dropping here, so hopefully get me in a Garnet Lake. Oh, I think I see it over there to my right. Nice sized lake. Sorry, too much of a close-up there for you probably. Legs are doing pretty good. We'll reassess once I get to the lake. Who knows what I'm going to do if it's raining. Well, I'm at Garnet Lake. It's still raining. It's about 3:40. I think I'm going to push on, maybe try to... Crap, I don't know. I was thinking I can hike till this thing ends, but this looks like it might be an all-nighter. I don't know. Gray skies everywhere. That looks like a great little place to fish though, right there, does. This little thing, it's not more than 6 feet tall or so. It was a real hoot to come down in the rain. Ended up having to slide down, part of it on my butt, but that's alright. Alright, I think I managed to get off trail again a little bit here. I'm not sure where it goes, but I do see down there in those trees is the trail, so I guess I'm going to work my way down these rocks. Great. Not really what I want to do in the rain. Take it nice and easy. Alright, there's the little, I don't know, canyon I came down. I'll send the wife out for popcorn during this section of the movie so she doesn't see me doing something stupid. But now I'm down here on a bunch of trails. I just got to figure out which one is the right. They're all right, right? No, one's got to be the right way. I'll figure it out, or camp, or get lost. All above. Hike on. Alright, well here's a fun one. I shouldn't have come down there. Nope, not at all. I should have stuck to the edge of the lake and gone around a little bit further. Guess I should look at my map a little more. Kind of disappointed. Bummed out really, so I don't know what I'm going to do. If I'm going to climb back up here, figure out how to get out of this place, or if I'm going to just camp down here. I don't know, it's probably about 4 o'clock. I don't feel like being stuck in my tent forever. But it's still thundering, so I'm not sure what the hell to do. We'll find out here in a little bit. Alright, made it back to Garnet Lake. Lesson learned, pay closer attention. Probably knowing me, I'm a slow learner. I have to learn it again and again. Guess I should have paid attention to these rocks right there. Here, kind of pointing away. We're going a little longer at least. Back on the JMT. Also put my buff on to stay warm. Do I look fashionable? Well, I made it to a campsite. Just before 6 o'clock, I pulled into somewhere right around the Esda Lake Trail. Looks like it was only a little over 16 miles today, which really stinks. I thought it was going to be much more than that, unless I screwed up my math again like I did yesterday. But we'll have to take a look at that again a little bit later. So, let's see. Where did I leave us last? Oh, I got lost. Yeah, I went down the wrong trail. And then I got back on trail and went along, and it was raining, so I kept hiking. Kept hiking. And surprisingly, I felt good. I must have been moving really slow, though, because, like I said, my altitude really sucks. And it took me a long time to find a camp spot. But I got here, and then tried to be smart about putting the tent up. I'm in it right now, staying fairly dry. It's still raining. It feels like it's going to be one of those long, all-night rains, which is not good. I don't know if you can see here, I got 2 sides. I have a dry side, and over here I have a wet side. Hopefully the two shall not meet. But I'm going to try to warm up a little bit. I'm actually not too bad now. I got a little cold when I stopped, like I knew I would. I pushed through that, and I'll try to get some food here in a little bit, maybe some hot drink. Hopefully it'll stop raining, I can get organized. Everything is soaked, but luckily I think it's about 10 miles or so, 11 miles, something like that, into Reds tomorrow. So I can use my extra clothes. It was so nice to have my all my spare clothes in a nice dry bag. Good point. So I'll do a recap later on. But for now, I'm dry in my tent, happy. It was a good day on the JNT. All right, it's 8 o'clock, about quarter after actually, and the sky is cleared up finally. So I hung my clothes up to dry and hope they're going to dry overnight. I'm just getting ready to have dinner on this perch here, and then I'll do my day in review from there. All right, day 4. What a day. Started off with leaving Lyle Fork Base Camp. Actually, we found out we weren't at Lyle's Fork Base Camp. We were about 25 yards past it. I got up to take care of some business before I went to bed, and James was moving his camp. It wasn't worth it to me. I had a pretty good spot. So we climbed out of there. Not too bad a climb, and pretty uneventful until you got up to this little plateau where the river kind of widened. At the end of it, there was this really cool waterfall, though, coming down. We climbed up kind of the right side of that and then crossed over it. That's where my first problem of the day happened. That was where I got lost. I didn't get lost because I still see the trail, but I did lose the trail for a while and had to bushwhack a little bit and got a little nervous, even though I knew where the trail was that I'd just gone off of, but made it through there and then continued to climb up to Donahue, which surprisingly wasn't too bad. I wasn't fast, but it wasn't too bad. From there, dropped down to Marie Lake's trail, where I ran up with James and Z. We all kind of chilled out there. I left a little bit before them, and they passed me on the trail to Thousand Island Lakes. Weather was coming in on the Thousand Island Lakes, so I ended up, actually started raining on me. Put my rain gear on, decided to push on to Garnet Lake. Here's my advice: camp at Thousand Island Lakes. It's much better. Garnet Lakes is pretty, but there's not a whole lot of camping there. So I got there, crossed over the bridge, turned left because I didn't pull out my map, and went down the big gully you saw earlier. So let's see what else. Oh, got back up the gully and just kind of trudged on from there. Just kind of put my head down and tried to see if I had the mental toughness to push on. It wasn't too cold. I was doing pretty good. And then I finally got to this place about 6 o'clock, just after the trail split. I can't remember the name of the trail right now, to some lake, Elza or Isa, something like that. But pretty good. Laid in the tent for a couple hours trying to get warm, listened to a book on tape, and came out here. It cleared up, but now I'm hearing some rumbling again, so I'm hoping that it's not going to rain tonight. I want my clothes to dry for morning, so that's my hope. Otherwise, I will talk to you in the morning. Take care.